Hey creators, it's Dlang with Unzip and Create, and I am preparing for a meeting that I have right after this, and then I am also reading. You can find me reading more than I watch TV. Like, I absolutely love to read, even if it's something that's like on the internet or books. This is actually a book from my MBA program, and it's just what is strategy. That's it. And it's called the 10 must reads on strategy. That's what it's called. By Michael Porter. I don't know much about Michael Porter, but I just love reading about strategy. And the biggest things about strategy is like, you gotta put the action behind it. Like, you can have all these plans and goals, but without that action behind it, it's just a strategy. It's just a goal. So I get people like, oh, I did this. I wrote everything down. I did this. But I'm like, well, what did you do to put the action behind it? And that's where they say, oh, I just posted one picture. Or I did this. Or I posted and I blogged and I did these things. I'm like, okay, now where did you drive them to? Where did you drive your potential target market, the audience who wants to see what you're doing? Where did you drive them to? So, I'll finish reading this, but I just wanted to open with this. I usually like to open with showing you like what I'm working on at that time and go from there. But again, my name is Dlang. I am with Unzip and Create. I'm actually the creator of that. And Unzip and Create is about, of course, it deals with fashion, because I love how fashion can transform others and how it can be impactful, or how literally you can just bring function with high fashion. Like, when I wear a skirt, I want pockets in my skirt. Like little stuff like that. It seems so simple, but when you design for the person that you have in mind, hey Sharonda, when you design for the person that you have in mind, then you can solve so many like small things that we often overlook. And so Sharonda and everyone else who tunes in, or if you watch the replay, I am doing 4 days of Dare to Create. And it's specifically Dare to Create in fashion, because that's the area that I'm in. But anybody that's watching this, there's things that you can take and apply to yourself. But it's like, or any business that you do. But it's really not me daring you. It's you putting yourself out there. And in a sense, daring yourself. Like, wow, I can do this. Like, putting yourself out there, daring yourself to speak in public, daring yourself to, I don't know, start a business, daring yourself to go try to get this, career, daring yourself to just do something different than you've already done. Meaning do something different that means that you can go after the goals and dreams that you have, and actually daring yourself, but putting forth the action behind it to do it. Because a lot of times we just kind of sabotage ourselves. I mean, people may say, oh, this person sabotaged me, kept me from this job, or this person kept me from this. But when it comes down to it, if you want it, you're going to go get it. And every opportunity is not meant for you. So it may just be a door that's closed, so that that door that's really your blessing on the other side can be open. So there's a lot that kind of goes with that. And people are like, well, how do I know what opportunity is the next best opportunity for me? You really don't know. You actually got to get in there and see, because you may, like, I wanted to book this one shoot, and once I got it, I was like, why did I do this? Why did I do this? If I'd known this, I would not have applied for this shoot. However, you take it, you still do a great job, and you then produce some great work so that you can add that to your portfolio, or add that to, you advancing in your career. So my name is Dlang. I am a fashion designer, and I'm also a business strategist for creators. So I help you take these big ideas that you have and that may seem out of reach, or maybe you're already in those goals and dreams that you have, but you just need help on putting together like some strategy, some plan, and actually some action behind it. And you just need someone to help you put together that infrastructure for you to live out and do your creative genius, because you already have this talent. I just help you organize it. So I truly enjoy doing that. And so this week I'm doing a Dare to Create in Fashion challenge. The first day we talked about clarity. Yesterday we talked about what's stopping you, and you should not let anything stop you. And then today we're talking about win your way. Win your way. And I have to constantly tell myself this, because with social media, you're seeing all this stuff. You're constantly getting inundated with all this information. Even when you watch TV, or, when you go out in public and do events, you're constantly being, inundated with, oh, you should try this new technique, or, oh, you should do this new social media site, or, oh, you should be at this event, or, oh, you should do this. It's always, you should do this. And every opportunity is not for you. And I had to learn that, because I burnt myself out a few years ago by trying to do so much stuff and be there for every event and every opportunity that came my way. And yeah, I learned a lot, and I collaborated with others and developed really good skills from it. But I had to learn, especially when I had my son, that you have to tailor your life to the things that you already have going on. That way, you can still live out those dreams and goals that you want to do. But if you're constantly always busy, then you cannot move forward, because now you're constantly busy doing other things that other people want you to do. And it's one thing if you really want to do it and it's something that you enjoy doing, but it's oftentimes you can be like, man, I'm doing all this stuff for everybody else, and I'm not doing the things for me. So tonight's message is just win your way. Like, find out what you want to do. Don't allow the distractions out here, whether it's, like I said, social media, your family, friends, oh girl, you should be at this club, you should be doing this. Like, don't allow those distractions to keep you from accomplishing your goals. Because if you start now, just imagine where you'll be next year. Just imagine where you'll be like 3 months from now if you just buckle down and start on your goals that you have now. Because all of us have them. All of us have these. Well, I'm hopeful when I meet a lot of creators who express this to me. Hey, Kim. Hey, Andrea. I meet a lot of creators that express this to me, like, hey, I want to launch my own fashion line, but I don't know where to start. I want to be a fashion stylist, and like, nobody won't let me style them. I haven't found anybody to let me do that yet. Or, I want to launch my own business in this area, but I really don't know where to start. Like, I meet a lot of creators who say that, and then they go out and they try to be on, every social media site, every website. I mean, not website, like every event. They try to do so much, and then they get lost in it. So I really like to help them come in and say, okay, where should you be going? Where is your ideal client and target market at? And how can we go after them using those platforms? And then from there, you can start to do other things. But you want to sell, like, you want to make impact. You want to bring value. You want to develop your products and services. You want to be an expert in that. So I help you do that. So if you know any creators in fashion, particularly, definitely share this video with them. Let them know. I'm going to be taking on five. I was going to do more, but I'm just going to do five creators in fashion over the next couple of months. I'm starting this month. But if you got this idea you want to launch and you just don't know where to start, or you've already launched it and now you need help with the execution part of that, with the planning and all that, then definitely share this with them and let them know. And I'll actually add a link to this live stream too. But again, so tonight is about win your way. So we'll talk about what are you racing towards. And like I said, it's like trying to keep up with, they say, the Joneses, like trying to keep up with everybody, trying to keep up with every post, trying to keep up with everything that's going on in the world. And it's like, how do you not lose yourself within all that stuff? And a lot of times it's really just unplugging and focusing on the key things that you want to do to help move your goals, forward. And so that's one thing. The second thing is do you, boo. And there's a girl named Shameless Maya. That's her tagline. So that's what I add the boo to it. But it's do you. Do you. And then the third one is commit yourself to your dream. Commit yourself to the things that you said you wanted, to the things that you know in your heart that are meant for you, the things that you have been wanting to do for so long, but something always gets in the way, or you allow something to get in the way. And so, it's really key that you say, this is what I want to do. this is what I'm going to go for. And I'm going to work with what I have. And that's how I've been able to do a lot of things too, is because I really just focus on what do I have now? What can I do now? What do I need to move the needle forward? And then as I go, more things will be available. But I have these huge goals and dreams that maybe are not for tomorrow. But maybe there's something that I can make come a reality in the next year. So I'm planning a future show. Well, I don't want to wait until the day before the show. So like now I know there's things that I do each week to help me get closer to that, whether it's reaching out to sponsors, whether it is, booking the actual talent that'll be there, whether it is getting the guest speakers in, whether it's me doing more blog posts and Facebook posts, just so people can like see the behind the scenes, so that at least it's at least on their mind. And they may forget it, of course, but it's like planting those seeds now and checking things off my list now that I can continue to move forward and work towards that goal. And oftentimes the creators that I work with and the ones I hear, and then when I go do guest speaking, the ones that I see, some of their concerns is like, how do you get started? Like, how do you continue to move it forward? Hey, Laura. Hey. Yeah, so how do I keep moving it forward? And so it's like, if you have to work with the end in mind. And I talk about that all the time. So if you have a goal that's by the end of the year, then that's your end in mind. It may not be like 10 years from now, but you work backwards from that and see what needs to occur before you get to that point. And so that's one thing I absolutely love helping creators to see, because oftentimes, again, we have all these ideas, and we just need help organizing it into a way that is simplified and it's tailored to you. You don't have to worry about trying to live someone else's life. And some people say, I'm not trying to live nobody else's life. And I'm not saying that anyone is, but I'm just saying it's easy to see that this designer or this stylist or this business person has 10,000 followers. I have 1,000. Like, how did they get this many followers? And then you look at these big numbers and you see what other people are doing. People may be traveling, or people may be, they may be attending the events you want to attend, or they may be, driving the fancy car. I'm not real big on materialistic stuff, but, they may be driving something that you want to drive, or doing having the job that you want to drive, that you want. And it's like, let's look at your life and realize that you have something amazing, something special. And I'm not saying that to I really believe that. I really believe in other people. And I've been like this pretty much all my life that I can remember. And I really feel like everybody has something special to bring. And I love collaborating with others, especially when it's somebody that's really talented and they do what they say they're going to do. It's an amazing collaboration, because we can get a lot of stuff done and grow that much quicker because we were able to help each other. And so I really focus on helping creators see that you have this potential and you have these ideas, these blessings inside of you that need to come out. If you have this talent, you have this product you want to launch, you have this service you want to do, release it. Start talking about it. Now, if there's something that needs to be trademark or patent, please do that first. Do that. But I know with designing, it's really hard to do. Literally a shirt is a shirt. So far as patenting that, a shirt is a shirt. So you really have to revolutionize it to make it, people can easily knock you off by just changing one thing. So I don't want to divert from what I was saying, but basically you want to release it. Unless it's something that you need to do beforehand, definitely keep that under radar. However, still start talking about other things that you're doing. And then you're like, well, somebody might get tired of me talking about it. And I saw a post about this morning. I think that was from Vicky. I got to look it up. If I said the wrong person, forgive me. But somebody on social media today posted that, and that is so true. If somebody gets tired of you talking about your business and what you're doing, then they need to just get off your list. You can say, okay, I love you, but it's time for you to go. If you don't want to hear me talking about, these are the things I'm passionate about. And I want to talk to the people that want my service, want my products, want my, whether I'm doing inspirational speaking or, I'm a coach or I'm a designer or I'm a business owner, whatever. it's your responsibility. Like, you have this gift. It's your responsibility to get that out. And then if you don't, then that's just your choice, you know. But I'm a type of person that I want to live out my purpose. And you know, your purpose evolves, and what you do evolves, and how you are evolves, right? So you have to just say, like, at this point in time, this is what I'm supposed to do. And I'm gonna be led to, you know, grow into my purpose and like what I have, you know, what's in store for me. And I just really believe that if you want to do something, you should go out there and you should make it happen. You should at least start, and then not worry about, I don't have this what if, or shoulda, woulda, coulda, can't, whatever. I get that a lot too. Like, I can't do this. I can't do it. And I'm like, yeah, you can. Oh yeah, you can. You can definitely do it. It's if you want to. Because I notice people always do what they want to do. Like, you want to go out. You want to, like, splurge on, like, going out to eat all the time or whatever. Like, people buy. You want to purchase tickets and all that stuff. It's great. Like, if that's what you want to do, you should definitely do what you want to do. I would never tell people, like, oh, you need to cut back on your going in the movies. If that stuff makes you happy, you have to live in the moment too. Like, you have to enjoy your life. If those things make you happy, then you should do those things. However, if you really want to launch your business, if you really want to release that talent inside of you, you also want to make room for that and not allow all these other distractions. So maybe you love going to the movies, you love spending money on going to the movies. Like, that's your peace, and, you know, you get to see, you know, entertainment. That's your entertainment. Maybe it's where instead of going once a week, you know, or, you know, you go once every 2 weeks or something, and utilize that little money to go towards something else, towards your business. It's just about still living in the present, and also saying, hey, this is what I really, really want to do in life. This is the business I really want to launch. This is, you know, the career choice I want to do. So let me develop in that. Let me take time to, you know, get a mentor in that so I can get there faster. The right mentor, though, please. Let me, you know, learn all I can about it so that I can go ahead and be better at launching my business, you know, providing this service, providing this product. You know, so I just want to encourage you, if there's something that you want to do, definitely go out there and do it. And it will be tough at times. You will have to stay up late sometimes. You will have people that tell you no. You will have people that ignore you. You will have people that, like, claim they support you and then they really don't. You know, you will have people that actually love you, that actually want your products and services, that actually want to be a part of what you're doing. You know, you're going to have this mix of things. You're going to have wins. You're going to have huge wins. You're going to have so many. You're going to have sometimes where your family, where you have to, like, can't work on it because you know it's time for you to spend time with your family. Like, there's going to be things that come up. Like, you may get sick one day, God forbid, but, you know, get a cold and you have to lay down or whatever. You can't work on it. But the thing is, it's all a journey. It's a process. And if you want to do something, don't let anything stop you. And you have to carve out time for it. You have to. So I would love if there's any, like, I'm not sure, I see a few people on, but if you watch the replay, definitely add below, like, what's a goal that you have? What's something that you've been wanting to do? If you know any other creators in fashion, definitely share this with them. I get people that always talk about, like, what's so important about fashion? Like, shouldn't you be trying to, like, I work with doctors. Like, I love that part of my other work that I do. People will be like, why don't you could have been, like, a lawyer, like, something that could really help the world. Fashion helps the world, and depending on how, like, what you do with it. And you may say, I only want to make clothes, right? But the clothes that you make, the women or the men or whoever wears it, they love it. It feel good in it when they go and they're on the job interview or when they're out in public. Like, it really enhances them. And that's what I believe. Like, even now, like, I work with the elderly population, and how I'm able to really, like, bridge relationships with them is through art. It's through creating. I mean, it's talking about their family, things like that. Those are the things that I get from them, that they start building a rapport for me. So fashion, art, you know, music, all that stuff is universal. Like, those type of things transform. So they may not be, you know, saving someone, like, with being a doctor or a lawyer, things like that, but fashion still has its place for impact, for connecting, for you know, transformation, for dreams. And I just love how when designers and like creators are like actually taking their hands to make a piece like that, that's talent. That's beautiful. And don't let anybody, I'm just saying this, I'll just say that, don't let anybody tell you that, you know, and fashion it can be a vain industry. It definitely can be a very expensive, environmentally friendly. Trust me, I've learned like over the last couple years about sustainable fashion and all that stuff. So it has its pros and cons like any industry, but it's an important one, and I believe that. And so don't let anybody tell you that fashion is not important, okay? Or what you're doing, even if you're not in fashion, like what you're doing is not important. If it is important to you and you have a talent in it, you have a desire to be in it, then do it. Do it. Do it. And don't allow shiny objects, don't allow someone else who has all these followers, or don't allow anyone else that you see, don't allow that to distract you from your purpose, because you can win your way. You can start a business your way. I tell people all the time, it's not one way to launch a business, to start a career. It's not one way, one path. Everybody has their own way that they can design their own, like they can design it their way. Like you have that in you. And it's up to you to do it though. That's the thing about it. It's up to you to do it. So I want to encourage you, if you are a creator in fashion, definitely let me know below. If not, share it with someone you know. If you're not, this message still applies for you. Do it. Do it. Win your way. Like, if you, like for me, it took me like 10 years to finish college. Why did it take me 10 years? Like, I'll be done with my MBA in December. And I'm so excited about it. I'm like I'm still in the trenches though, because some days I'm like, oh, I don't want to do any more homework. Like, I'm over it. Because it doesn't teach me that, it has some entrepreneur stuff in it, but it's not that entrepreneur stuff that I get from my masterminds and from my mentors and things like that. But it still is a piece of paper, and I knew that that's what I wanted to do. But it took me 10 years to do it. That's not traditional, but I'm winning my way. You know, this is what it was. It took me 10 years because I took that time. I started producing events. I started traveling. I started trying to get as much experience as I could producing events and being a coordinator and, you know, learning about entrepreneurship on my own. Like, I took that time in between and while I was in school. And then at one point I went to school and my credits didn't transfer, so I had to start all over again. So I say all of that just to say that there's no one way, there's no traditional path, and you have to design it your way. You have to win your way. Whatever that looks like, you design it. So again, my name is Dlang. I am with Unzip and Create. Unzip is about breaking free of barriers. It's about opening up. It's about releasing your talents to your clients, to the world, whoever you want to release it to. You may say, I don't want to be all like famous and stuff like that. I don't want to do all that. I just want to produce my products, sell it to some clients, and make a sustainable living off of that. Like, that's cool. Like, you should just design it your way. You don't have to do anything that anyone else is doing. So I want to encourage you again to just start now, even if it's just 2 hours a day, 1 hour a day, 20-minute increments. Hey, Chantel. Hey, I love seeing you last night. Well, you know, kind of seeing you on Zoom. But today I'm talking about, I had a 4-day Dare to Create in Fashion challenge, and it started 3 days ago, so we're on day 3. And today's discussion, please watch the replay. The replay was about win your way. Win your way. There's not one way to go after your dreams, your talent. Like, there's not one way, not one size fit all. So if you see others that are doing things that you want to do, you don't know what they have going on behind the scenes. Like, you know, or what they had to do to get there, or, you know, the things that they had, their journey that they had to take. And it's about using what you have and taking every day to start working on your goals and your dreams and winning your way. And I was just telling them too about me taking 10 years to finish college. And that's because I took time to do fashion shows, and there's no one size fit all to reach your dreams. Yeah, there's not. But when you, like, I meet with creators, I see them and I talk to them, and they're like, well, this person does this and this person does that, and then they get caught up. And even myself, I'll look at things like, man, wow, they got all this stuff going on. How did they do this? How did they do that? Oh, now I need to be on Instagram every single day. I need to be on Instagram 5 times a day. I need to be checking my email. No. That's what I mean. Like, you have to sit and say, this is my lifestyle. This is what I have going on. This is what I want to do. What needs to be eliminated? What needs to be, exactly, take time each day to reach your dreams. What can I do to win my way and not allow all these other distractions? And that may not even be a distraction, but it could be. I use that stuff as like fuel and energy. Like, I love seeing that. And that may be just how I'm wired. But I love seeing someone else doing things, because it's like, okay, that's right around the neighborhood. Like, okay, you know, God's not going to let me not be able to do certain things, and that's not for me. Like, I'm so happy for them, but this is for me. And if they're doing it, I can do it too. Like, I use that stuff for fuel, but oftentimes it could also be fuel to think you're not doing enough, and so you start doing all this other stuff and not focusing on like value that you can be giving to your customers, the value you could be putting into your products and services. Those are the things that you should focus on. Those are the things that you should, and of course yourself, you know, and taking care of yourself. But instead of focusing on the numbers, I'm very simple when it comes to, like, my lifestyle is really busy. But when it comes to like certain things that I do, I'm very good at simplifying. I have to be, because I have homework. I got my son. I get off at 6, and I got all this other stuff going on. So I have to be. But like, I'm pretty sure you do too. You have a lot of other stuff going on. And I'm really big on simplifying. That's a beautiful way to be. Happy for the times others are blessed. Yeah, it's fuel. It's so fuel. That's why I encourage anyone else to, especially if you see things that I'm doing, use it for fuel for you too. Because I'm up a couple times a week late, you know, so I'm crying or something didn't happen, and I'm like, oh my God, Jesus, you promised me that you were going to do this, and it didn't go through, you know, and then you just pivot and do something else. You know, but I don't want to get off track. But the key is that if you want to do something, make time for it each day. And you have to look at your schedule and see what you are spending your time on, because your time is going somewhere. And yesterday I talked about it too, because I was like, you know, people say, you know, let's say, usually I use Beyonce, of course. I like Beyonce. But I usually use Beyonce. Like, oh, you have the same hours in the day as Beyonce. No, you don't. Yes, metaphor, like, you have the same hours, but she has other people helping her maximize her time, you know, outsourcing. So she now gets hours from this person, hours from this person, hours from that person, hours. So her 24 hours turns into however many hours in a day, you know. So that's another thing with like figuring out what you want to do, and it may be time to outsource so that you can get more things done, but we can hold that for another discussion. But again, I want to thank you so much for tuning in. Share it with someone. If you know a creator in fashion, definitely let them know about this video. I am going to be taking on 5 creators in fashion. Only serious people who say, you know what, this is the goal I want to do. This is, you know, a goal I'm already doing, and I just need help organizing it. I need help. I need accountability. I need a way to see this in a more simplified approach, so I don't get overwhelmed, so that we can go into 2018 rocking your goals and dreams. Like, we can already have these moving and in place, but it's up to you to want to do that. So, hey, pumpkin, hey. But yeah, so again, thank you so much for tuning in. This is Dlang with Unzip and Create. And let's live life. Let's create in life, in purpose. Let's create in our dream. Let's just create it, okay? All right, so thank you and have a good night.